welcome back. My name is Karla and this is my colleague Michael, and today we'll be talking about getting ready for winter. As you can see, 'tis the season, snow is here. So Michael, what can we do to get ready for winter when it comes to probably coming home for the holidays, long car rides or even short car rides?
Well, Karla, the best thing to do in the wintertime is you have to be prepared. That's the number one thing. And to get prepared for the winter, it's a little bit different than in the spring and the summer where, you know, it's nice days and if something does happen and you're left on the side of the road, well, it's, you know, 30 degrees outside, so you're still okay.
Hey, but you can always call CA.
Yeah, but you can wait.
Well, that's true.
When it's 30 below zero, you don't want to be waiting too long, and you hopefully not break down at all. So
That's
to get
true.
ready for winter, there's a couple of things.
Check your tire pressure. We did that
For
last
sure.
time.
And to go along with the tire pressures, you should probably, we can go over here, and there's a big difference between what people consider an all-season tire and a winter tire. A winter tire will have deeper grooves, and it'll have these lines here actually open up and they grip to ice as you're driving. There's been a debate a long time about, well, I'm good, I can use all-season radials and this and that. Studies have been done, and it's been proven that winter tires perform much better than all-season tires in the winter and on icy conditions.
Even if you move the front to the back?
Anything.
Okay.
You need actually you should have 4 winter tires.
Okay.
In some provinces, especially Quebec, it's a law. You have to have winter tires in Quebec in the wintertime.
So if I'm driving in Quebec and I'm on Ontario driving,
I think you're okay like that, but don't quote me on that. You'd have to see.
Okay.
So winter tires is a very good thing, much safer than regular tires in the winter in snowy and icy conditions. I know there's a cost value installed that goes along with it, but to be safe, it's well worth it.
Okay, so make sure you have winter tires is one of our first. Check the air in the tire, both
Yeah.
in your spare
Yeah.
and in the Swan.
Exactly.
What's next?
Before, it's always a good idea to go to a reputable repair shop, like one of our approved repair shops, or your personal mechanic and stuff, and have it checked over to make sure that there's not going to be something that pops up in the middle of the winter that it's really going to leave you sitting.
What are the most common things that
well,
you
you know,
should
make
know?
sure your front end, the suspension is good,
Okay.
exhaust is not ready to fall off.
Battery?
Battery, definitely the battery. The coolant, make sure that the coolant is strong enough so that it doesn't freeze if it drops below.
Make sure that you actually have coolant.
Yeah, that's
in your
probably a
vehicle.
good idea as well, yeah. The other thing, one of the bigger things a lot of people forget about, and I'm guilty of this myself, is wiper blades. One of the most important things on your vehicle, summer, winter, or any time of the year, is to make sure that you have a good wiper blade installed and it's functioning properly, because let's face it, when we're driving down the road, if we can't see where we're going, you know, it's not a very safe situation to put yourself in.
It's not lifted.
It won't come up because we don't have the wind. But you want to make sure you have good wiper blades. They do sell what they call a winter wiper blade. It has a rubber sheath that it's over top of the regular wiper blade. It helps it from freezing, because what happens is snow and ice will get in between the openings on wiper blades, and when it freezes, it loses its flexibility, so it doesn't. The windshield is curved, so if it's frozen straight, you're only getting a little bit of a clearing in the center or something, which is not good enough.
Okay, so there's winter blades too.
They do sell winter blades. There's different kinds of blades now. Like these ones, I think, are Teflon. They don't have the opening, so they're kind of pretty good to year round.
Okay, does that include the back ones too? If you have some?
Yeah, the back one is a good idea. You got to make sure you can see where you're going and what's coming up behind you.
Okay. So, blades, tires, what else?
Checking the car over, having it checked over by a reputable garage.
Okay.
Prior to the winter, so you're as safe as possible. And then when you're out on the road, defensive driving. Always don't think about what you're doing, think about what everybody else is doing around you.
Okay.
And try to, because I've avoided many accidents by somebody loses control and I see them in time and I can get out of it or something, or somebody goes through a red light, well, maybe they broke the law, but they're still going to run into you whether they broke the law or not. So, you know, defensive driving is a big thing in the winter.
And I must add that one of the things that most people forget to do, or are kind of less convenient to do, is actually clean their car properly. So when too much snow falls on top, and I've been guilty of this, haven't cleaned it properly, you're driving, all of a sudden, whoosh, you got a whole shield full of ice on top and you can't see, and it's so heavy enough that you can't even wipe it with your blades.
Absolutely, and if you don't clean the snow off and it blows off and hits somebody behind you, they can't see it. It's against the law. You can get ticketed
so make
for that.
sure you clean your car properly.
Yeah, you got to see where you're going. Take the extra couple of minutes, you know, let the car warm up. You know, you want to make sure that you have another good reason to make sure you have coolant in the car. You want the heater to work whenever you need it, and that's where the heater works. It gets the coolant from the engine that's heated up in the engine, goes through the heater box, and that's the hot air where the hot air comes from. So you got to make sure that the heater's working well before you go out as well.
What else can we talk?
That's pretty much covers exactly what you need to be doing. The big thing is get it to a garage, have it checked over. You know, make sure that if there's anything that's small now, that you fix it before it gets bigger, or could leave you lying somewhere in the middle of the winter.
Okay, so remember, winter is quite long and it's almost most of our year. So make sure you get your car checked and that you're ready for winter driving. Also, I think it's very important to say that for some of us that don't take care too much of our cars, to have an emergency kit inside of it.
Yeah.
With booster cables and first aid kits, and CAA actually has them for sale.
Yes, exactly.
You can find them at any travel store. This is the CAA kit, the emergency kit that everybody should have. It contains around 22 different items. Some of them, Michael, being...
These are the items that would be particularly useful in the winter time. If you're broken down, this is a safety flare. It takes the place of a flare. It's a triangle. It's a reflective triangle. People will see it coming at night, especially. This is a flashlight. A safety vest if you're out on that's reflective. Booster cables if you can get somebody to help you possibly with a boost. A candle for light with matches. Fuses, just in case all that's wrong with your vehicle is a fuse. Some gloves to keep yourself warm a little bit. This is actually a safety blanket. It does keep you warm. It's aluminum. It keeps you warm.
It's warmer than fleece. So the items, other items that are in there are first aid kit, most importantly, some duct tape, among other things. But it's very important for everybody to have, at least to ensure that they can get through those, you know, hopefully not too long before somebody comes and helps out. And this next time we'll be talking about batteries, and from all of us here at CAA, happy holidays to everybody and safe driving.
Bye-bye.